The best mission that I could ever have in my life is to make people extremely happy with my songs. I can understand the fans that love her because she presents them with her light. They fall under this light. The enchanting and smiling Sofia Lozina was born 15 years ago. The sophisticated and tender Sonya can sing in such tones that people get goosebumps. And if you close your eyes, you can imagine a skilled artist with many years of experience. Sonya has displayed her vocal talent from an early age. Her family jokes that she began to sing before she could talk. We went to the show theater when she was 4, and she sang at Ukraine Palace concert venue at the age of 5. Well, of course, she wasn't alone, but in a small group. It was little kids performing at a big concert. It was very interesting. And when she was coming out onto the stage, she lost her shoe. It flew off somewhere. And then she found it, picked it up quite calmly, without losing herself, to loud applause from the audience. Sonya decided in her childhood what she wanted to do and what she aspired to achieve, to perform on big stages and make people happy. It was obvious that she likes it, she lives it, and that was evident from childhood. Some children are afraid of performing on stage, but Sonya never was. Then there was music school, at first for general development, although the family didn't dismiss the idea that Sonya would become a pianist, as she played very well. Music school was simply natural progression. We had to enroll, and I play as well, so why wouldn't a kid with such great sense of pitch learn how to play the piano? But Sonya always wanted to sing. Vocals and piano classes are very different things. We had to decide, so we picked vocals. I remembered her in an instant due to super high emotionality. She was a child of light and a child of emotions. We began by singing popular songs, but then she said that she wanted to become a popular star. Sonya initially had big plans for her future. At the age of 8 years, Sonya discovers that she has another talent, the talent of a composer. At first, she begins to write melodies and then, a little later, lyrics. My piano teacher told me when I showed her my songs that there weren't songs but one melody, so she told me to enroll in a composition class. She wrote her play, The Tale of the Rainbow Forest, at the age of 10. There was a plot in it, which she wrote herself. There was music, well, with words. I helped, of course. But overall, it was a fully fledged play, and we performed it at the music school. I really liked the fact that I was able to write songs. I thought, cool, so I can write songs. And so I started writing songs, and I'm still writing. Sofia took part in many international and all-Ukrainian competitions. There were many victories and top prizes. Sonya is different from other singers. She's different from other singers by the fact that she's an all-rounder. She sings in absolutely different styles. That is, a variety of pop and folk songs. Well, not folk songs in modern arrangements we did with her. It's jazz, it's rock, a lot of styles. And of course, she's not just a singer. I can't call her Sonya a singer, but I can say that Sonya is an artist. One of the most exciting stages in her creative career is children's Eurovision. Sofia got to be a finalist of the national selection 2 years in a row, where she sang her own songs.
Вже не буде сумних ломич. Первое Евровидение мы даже совершенно не ожидали.
The first Eurovision Song Contest was totally unexpected. We got there with a song without words. First, she wrote music, it was a play, a Hungarian dance. Then she added vocals, and it turned out to be a song without words. And she got to the final with that song. Basically, we went to Eurovision with this first song just to try it out. And it turned out that we were among the 4 best songs of that year in the children's Eurovision. And it was quite interesting for the jury and for the audience.
Это было достаточно интересно для жюри, для зрителей.
Евровидение дало очень мне большой опыт.
Eurovision gave me a lot of experience because singing live was a little scary for me, and I overcame my fear because I was very afraid that I might make a mistake. What if I do something wrong, and what would happen then? It was no big deal, and I really liked it. Every time I went on stage, I really liked it. Every time I go out there, I think, I want more, I want to do this again. Sofia soon had another chance to take part in the Junior Eurovision Song Contest. But this time, she had an even more responsible mission. Sonya became a member of the international jury of the Children's Song Contest. It was very responsible work because I listened to every participant very carefully, and I wanted to evaluate them fairly, so as to grasp who is the best for me. I was calmed by the fact that my opinion is not decisive, as I was one of a few. I just contributed to some extent. It was an awesome experience, and I liked it so much. Sonya gained great experience of performing live on large stages. She also tried her skills on a vocal show on TV, where she got to the semi-final stage. During the audition, she accompanied herself, playing and singing the song of a popular British singer. My hands were shaking. I remember I was sitting there and thinking how I would play. But then I went on stage and my nerves disappeared, and I began to enjoy the moment. It gave me a real high.
Мне это так нравится, я просто кайфую от этого.
For Sofia, the stage is her life, her air, her power, and her inspiration. It doesn't matter if she's playing on a stage or just singing.
Я играю в театре, я в 2 театрах играю, у меня был вот.
I play in the theater, in 2 theaters. I even took part in a winter musical last year. It was on the big stage of the Kiev Theater of Opera and Ballet. It was such an awesome experience because it was a full production musical with set design, production. And when an actor is working with vocals, it is simply perfect.
И вот когда актерство сочетается с вокалом, это просто идеально.
Sofia is taking part in several plays at the Marvelous Castle Theater. In one play, her character speaks in English.
Внезапно мне очень понадобилась актриса, которая знает английский.
I unexpectedly needed an actress that knows English to play a part in Alice in Wonderland. I was worried because all the posters we put up came down to one thing: questions about the pay, where it will be held, when and what, and so on. I was sad because I thought there won't be a play. Then it appeared that Sonya knows English perfectly, because she studied it with a person from England, so she has perfect pronunciation. She didn't ask any unnecessary questions. Besides, she just asked by when do I have to be ready with my lines. She came with the text for the first rehearsal, can you imagine? It was a lucky ticket for an artist, and with time she gave even more.
Это путевка в жизнь для любого артиста, поэтому дальше больше.
I can't explain myself, sir. I'm afraid because I'm not myself, you see?
The young vocalist looks and feels perfect on the theater stage. She says it is easy for her to get into a role. She says she get into it from the first rehearsal, before the performance, and there are plenty of rehearsals. I just think about how I would say something if I were this or that character. I just imagine that it's a character and not me. I can still say that there is a part of me in that portrayal. It's okay, as all actors give their characters something.
Знаете, актерам нельзя.
You know, it is impossible to learn how to be an actor. You have to be born with such talent, which someone will spot in you and then develop in various directions. She's very hardworking, which is exactly what a talented person needs to succeed.
Для того, чтобы дойти до вершины.
Мне радость приносит вообще все.
I'm excited about everything she does. When I sit in the theater and watch her perform, I'm thrilled. Her singing thrills me so much. Sonya asks me, "Mom, how was it? How was my song?" I always like everything. Well, because I honestly always think that it's very good. She feels some flaws there, but I always like everything. I'm delighted.
Сама чувствует какие-то недочеты, а мне всегда все нравится, я в восторге.
Ну, во-первых, она, конечно, очень работоспособная девочка. Очень мало детей, которые...
First of all, she's a very hard-working girl. Not all children can work from the first till the last moment. Even if she's sick, even if she hasn't slept well, even if there is something wrong at school, she never complains. She comes and does everything. That is, we talk to her very little in class, because every minute is important and precious. That's the first point. Second, she has a clear understanding of what she wants. I mean, I'm so glad that sometimes we have, well, it's not arguments, they cannot be called that. We have a creative discussion about what we're doing.
Обсуждение того, чем мы занимаемся.
Our heroine dreams of playing parts in films. She already has experience of short films, but would like to take part in a full-length feature and in a horror film. Though we can already say that she has already had such experience. Sofia voiced the heroine in an American horror movie. Voicing parts is one more passion that our heroine has.
Мне было 10 лет, и меня
I was 10 years of age, and I was invited to casting from my school where I studied vocals. I was invited to the casting of a musical film, and it seemed to me at the casting that the directors liked me a lot. I did not get the main role, but I got the supporting role, and that was the beginning of my voiceover career. Sofia is invited to do voiceovers for many films and cartoons without auditions, because people know her skills.
Это какая-то сказка, когда ты потом на экране видишь, слышишь свой голос.
It's a fairy tale when you hear your voice in movies, and it's like, it was me who said that. I've always liked it so much. It really helps my acting skills, develops them, and I like it a lot. The process itself, because there are songs in films, and it's also interesting that I can't even describe why I like this process. I just like it so much.
Почему мне именно нравится этот процесс? Вот мне просто он нравится очень сильно.
Einstein said creativity is contagious. Pass it on. It seems that's the motto in life of our heroine. Her main mission is to spread her creativity and make as many people as possible happy.
Моя цель — это писать такие песни.
My goal is to write such songs that would make people around the whole world happy, and that they would feel happiness at my concerts, like I once did. I even cried because I was so happy that I heard my favorite songs performed live. I want people to experience the same feelings at my performances.
Чтобы такие эмоции переживали люди на моих концертах.
Я понимаю фанатов.
I can understand the fans that love her because she presents them with her light. They fall under this light. They don't want to say goodbye to it. So I wish her all the luck and success, a Grammy, and all that you can wish for.
Мне очень нравится, что я могу...
I really like the fact that I can make people happy with my singing, and that I can write songs that even inspire people. People write to me that my work and basically what I do inspires them. And that's so cool. It's also inspiring and satisfying.
Меня это тоже очень вдохновляет и радует.
The most beautiful thing is that Sonya herself is infected with this inspiration and is filled with energy to create even more. It's a cycle of goodness.
У меня есть такая...
I have a quote, let me recall it. I dreamt it up myself. The best mission that I could ever have in my life is to make people extremely happy with my songs. Daring and talented, bold and restless, independent and happy, they are our future. They're the future of Ukraine.
I don't know how to live, I try to do my life. I just want to achieve, I don't care what you think with your limited